but it's, yeah. See, it's making me go vertical. God damn it. Fuck it. Fuck. How come it's not? It's only going. Oh, there we go. I don't know. I'll go for a half an hour. I gotta go to sleep about 2:30 or something. I'm really tired. See if anybody comes in. Oh man. Just making this tea. Keeps telling me to rotate my fucking device. It's irritating. I don't know if anybody's gonna come in or not. Maybe, maybe not. Shit, I can just drink it right out of here. What am I doing this? Oops. Good. I'm just gonna stop. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I think you do. Yeah. If anybody comes in, that'd be nice. Have some company, I reckon. Life goes on, I guess, huh? Fuck. Got my hands. Got this. And this knuckle. 3 lacerations. I almost lost this finger. Had my hand in the water and a butter knife, a loaf knife. It's like it doesn't have a sharp point, but it's got serrated edges. It fell in to the sink and I didn't see it. You never put knives in the sink, in the water, because you can't see. And I reached down in there, grabbed something to wash, and I touched it. And as soon as I touched it, I pulled it back. And if I had not pulled back, it probably would have taken part of my finger off. But I'm really thankful. I flipped out because I was like, oh shite, no guitar. I can play anyway, doesn't matter. And I'm tired. I'm still by myself. Hello and good evening. My roommate, he took out the router and everything in the cable box. He said the Wi-Fi was bothering him, and it's only 2G here. And he had it, like, and I was like, what was I going to say? I paid for half of it, so I said, look, man, I'd rather you not do that, because I use it, And he's like, well, it bothers me, and I don't care. I said, wow. So yeah, he's in the hospital. I think he's got a 28-day program. Don't mess with that stuff. And if you have and you don't anymore, more power to you. He's got a personality, schizophrenic, dissociative. It's acute schizophrenia. So he's one person then another person. He says the weirdest stuff. Sometimes it's funny. That's because I have a sense of humor. And sometimes it's not. He said when I was talking, the voice coming out of my mouth, he didn't like the sound of it. I was like, what the? Okay, I won't talk. But got 3 cuts tonight. A knuckle. I got this one and this one. And yeah, it's fun. Craziness. And tomorrow is breakfast starting at 8 a.m. But I go in at 11. I got to work till 5. It's a crazy place. It's a great job, but it's very hard, very demanding. Tonight's shift went by real fast. I was amazed. I was I just focused on my job and got it done. I didn't really think about anything. I just thought about other shit while, you know, when you're doing motor, when you're doing muscle memory, motor, or whatever job you've been doing a lot, you just sort of you're thorough, but you just sort of go through and you think about things. You know, it's kind of using your hands while you think. It's kind of thing. Of course, playing music is even better. I don't know. I would like to, but I'm really sleepy, and I just wanted to stream and say hello to anybody who popped in. There's no obligation to say hi. Just whatever. Let's see. Yeah, there's not much of a deadening of business down here. I know that there's a lot of frenzy in D.C. in that corrupt place that they're really want to shut everything down and put some more stuff in people. And I haven't been looking at the statistics, the reality of it. I don't get on Twitter anymore. My laptop went poop. Actually, it would still be working now. But I spilled. Me and my dumbass, I spilled a glass of a cup of tea in the keyboard, and I had my guitar on me, and I was standing up, and my laptop in front of me, and I was searching for. I was looking at hearing my music, and I moved, and I accidentally hit the thermos, and it just went. And I picked it up right away, and I took a paper. I turned off the machine, and I put a paper towel on it, and I put it in the sun every day for 2 days, and then the other day I turned it on, and it worked fine. It worked fine, and right then I should have thought, okay, there was honey in that. The machine's going to get hot, and it's going to reactivate. It's going to melt that stuff, and it's going to spread. So I should have took everything off the machine right then onto my external drive. And I edited a video for this. I don't even want to say what it was, but it's a really good song that I wrote. I'm really proud of it. It's for. I'm not gonna. I'll put it up somehow, but I don't know how I'm gonna get it. I need to take the machine to a repair place. So I want to send my machine to Louis Rossman. I don't know. That's probably really expensive. You know, Louis Rossman. He had a repair. He's been fighting Apple, and the cell phone companies don't want you to be able to go to a dealer, not go to the factory to get your device fixed. They want people to be able to either fix them themselves or take it to a licensed place that people, that are small businesses, independently owned. What they're trying to do, that's one other way that they're trying to get rid of small businesses that are not, owned by the Waltons or pharmacy or something. Anything to say? Or work's terrible, but I love it. It's better than nothing. I'd rather have a job, because not working, you start to go, hey, what am I doing? Well, I mean, I can play guitar. It would be really nice to, but the open mics here, man, it's really weird. Sometimes people will take control of them, and they'll run the whole night, and they'll be like the headline act, and it's an open mic. And the club owners don't even say, hey, you want to host the open mic? They just go up there and take charge. So it's their show, and it's so when you get up there, you're going to have to jump right in and play whatever they play, whether it's Van Morrison or something, anything, Tom Petty or anything like that. I know a few of his songs. Running Down a Dream. What's that song? Breakdown. Breakdown. Go ahead and give it to me. I know these. And some Billy Idol, and song by Golden Earring, Twilight Zone. That's a good one. People love that one. I love that song. I was playing it today, and I really like playing it with a very edgy, very rhythmic. Yeah, it's fun. It's a really good song. Anyway, nothing else to say. Might cut this short. Life is a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I have one person watching. Good evening. I wish I had some real thing. It's been a while since I've had any plant. It's like a memory almost. Let's see. Nothing new in the entertainment, like things that I watch or anything. I'm watching The Sopranos again. I'm in the 5th season, and it's a really rich show. It's really good. I never get tired of it. I don't know why. There's a lot of threads in it that are pretty detailed, so there's a lot to examine and reflect and see some of the things that the writing symbolizes, and it's pretty interesting. It's a fascinating show, and I think it'll always be one of the best. I don't know. There's a girl at work I really like, but she's younger than me, so that takes care of that. I don't have much else to say. Boring. 12 minutes, 4 seconds. Good evening, alien believers. Hey, aliens and kratom drinkers. Yeah, they're interesting. I think that they're very wary of human beings, and the violence and primitive behavior is pretty. They're fascinated, but at the same time, I think that they're seeing us with those primitive weapons and the nukes. They're like, man, that shit's really bad. Let's lay off. I don't know. There's different things, People write stuff on the internet just to make money, and I don't know. I only believe stuff I really see with my own eyes, or have a good friend who knows about it and can show me some information and evidence that I will believe in it. Evening. Yeah, I brewed this. That's how light I got it, and the silt, I call it, the powder. I use a French press to get that out, but I brew it each pot for like 20 minutes or half an hour. Yeah. Yeah, human beings are really, really barbaric, very destructive, extremely selfish. My philosophy about space is that to approach space with a warlike attitude is extraordinarily stupid. That's my opinion. I don't think that going into space with an attitude of militarism is. I know that there should be some protection, but I mean, how do you know what kind of weapons they have? I mean, to assume that they have like projectiles or they shoot laser beams and stuff. I mean, I know that we've got directed energy, but I mean, it seems rather. I don't know if I make this stream about my experience, but tell you, I believe, but only I believe because of some. It's pretty amazing. I don't know. I had something in my shoulder around 2003 or so, my girlfriend, my Italian girlfriend, she took it out. She took it out. It was like this bump behind my shoulder right here. And I still have like an indentation where it was. And I was looking at it. Yeah. I don't know, I'm strange. I never fit in. I never fit into any cliques or any gangs. I've never worn the badge of an association or an ism. I've always been pretty much alone, but always been allies with people who are, that I trust. But I don't think that human beings have a real good chance of traversing space with a warlike attitude. That's my opinion. I don't think it's wise. Now, I'm not saying that there should not be a system of defense when in space, but aggression is wrong. And to go out there with an attitude of conquering is extremely arrogant and foolish. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I know I think that's what it seems like. I think there'll be some disagreement on that approach, but it doesn't seem like there is much. They're pretty much, the space forces. I don't know. It's space aggression. I mean, we don't really know what's out there. I mean, I know that they have some beings in that place in Nevada, but I don't really know if they're still alive or not. If they died, or they killed them, and took apart their, they had eviscerated them and took apart their bodies and checked out their respiratory system and, put their organs in jars and gave them a serial number and put them in a vault that's refrigerated or whatever. I don't know. I know my grandfather, he was a Seabee in World War II, and he cleaned up in like June 8th or 8th or June 7th, he cleaned up, I think it was Omaha or Normandy Beach. I don't remember. And yeah, he was stationed. He was in the Navy, but he was stationed in Nevada in like 1957 to 60 in. Hey, show me Sasquatch. He was in Dreamland for like 5 years, and I reunited with him in 2001. There was a falling out. My dad came home from the Army the first time, and they had a fight because my grandfather was very tough. He was an extremely tough Navy man, and he didn't tolerate my dad's reaction to seeing killing and stuff. And my dad really believed in the cause of South Vietnam, so he went back in '67, and they totally hated each other. But my father, his grandfather, they had a really close friendship and family bond because he was in the First World War, and I know I can't remember where he was, but my dad was instrumental in keeping me from joining the service, and he really wanted me to play music. He never heard me play, which I think about sometimes, but I know he probably hears me play every time I play now. But yeah, approaching space, the final frontier, with aggression, I think is really foolish. I don't really write stuff like that. I mean, I just write stuff that's mostly instrumental. Sometimes I do have some songs that do have lyrics to them that I wrote in the 80s. The one, Straight Jacket, does have lyrics, and I have a version of me singing it, but I don't like the way it sounds. So I stick with the instrumental version. Let's see. The chorus is, I feel so trapped and divided, to touch and feel undecided, to see and hear is dark and silent, safe and sound in this straitjacket. That's the chorus. The worst part of government. Well, see, that's the thing. There are things that, like for me, there are things that I know that I don't know. There's no way for me to know about things I don't know about. So this, there's a lot of hysteria, and there's a lot of excitement when they say, we're going to give you this nugget of like facts. But it always turns out that they're lying. They never fail to do that. It's always a half-truth that has some mostly fiction. But I mean, like, when people get, let's see, oh God, when there's something about 28 pages doing with the World Trade Center that implicated Israel. And I really do think that that's a very big possibility. But, when they released it, it was all redacted. It was redacted. So here you go. It's like, what? You think we're 5? Yeah, but I mean, the big ball of wax, I really don't believe anything that comes out of the mouth of that entity. It's not something that I trust. And I wholeheartedly think that it's basically because I've learned to not trust them based on past results. So, if a kid keeps stealing cookies out of the cookie jar, you move the cookie jar to a high shelf. With government, they're gonna pull that shelf down and put it like at foot level, so you can't put it up there. That's government. So, they're going to find a way. I mean, Ruby Ridge, Waco. I mean, I was misled. I thought, I was real pissed when I was checking out Bart Sibrel years ago. He's got a YouTube channel, and I watched his stuff. Bart Sibrel has a film called A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon. And there's 3 bullet points that he pointed out in that occurrence. The first landing was 68, right? And there were some things that he pointed out that totally, I got mad. Because I was a little boy. I was a little baby. I was 4, and I'm sitting in front of this big cathode television. It was probably an RCA or some big console TV, looking at this and hearing the beep of the radios, and oh God, the astronaut's gone wild. It's that video of him getting punched by Neil Armstrong is hysterical. I have it I copied it, and I cite him in the description, but I had to copy that and kind of make it like a kind of enhance the humor. Something about a punch, punch the drink, Anyway, walloped him, hit him, and it's just like, put your hand on the Bible and swear you went to the moon, and he hit him. It's like, but there's some things that he pointed out that really opened my eyes. And when I was actually mad, because that's like something I really thought, and it can make you nauseous. It's like in The Matrix when he gets pulled out and he throws up. I felt sick, and I was like, wow, this is really terrifying. It's really, I really don't, I don't like pissing people off, because when I bring it up, because I understand how deep it is, because in '63 we lost Kennedy, and Kennedy really raised the fervor in our country to go to space, to get to the moon. And he has a speech about that, and the powers that be used that after he got clipped. That memory of him was indentured in the space program, Kennedy Space Center. So in his spirit, this whole, let's, carry out his word. Well, my right hand, I would not lie to you. I mean, I know that people lie, but I mean, I really don't have anything to gain. But it's truly, I mean, I really, anything that comes out of the television that's got the letter, word, whatever, whether it's this or this flavor of the Smith Munt, or this tripe, and this entertaining story about a kitty in a tree that got saved by a fireman, you know. Then they have, you know, the thing that's making people muzzle and get their inoculations. I mean, there's really no, because, you know, the previous hood ornament, Donald Trump, he was going to do the same thing because he was going to use the United States military to administer the jab. And that was before people started fighting back, or people started saying no. I mean, people were saying no at the time. I was saying no, but it wasn't so obvious. See, they have to let some of this stuff out. That stuff leaks out, but they're not showing what's happening, what's happened in Australia. The video I saw months back where the woman had posted something on Facebook in Australia, and they came to her house and they arrested her for typing words in the computer and putting it on the internet for her words. So my words, you know, they're inflammatory. I mean, they're incendiary. It's like, well, okay, put me in the room, put the light on me, or put me in a dark room and let me sit there and bring me a bologna sandwich every 5 hours or every 3 times a day. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I really do like a lot of the people that I've commiserated with or listened to on YouTube, because in the past 14 years, I've really learned a lot through this site, because people are brave enough to come on and say, hey, this is the truth. Yeah, incitement, yeah. People have I've never been struck in the face. I've been attacked from behind almost every time. I think I got punched in elementary school. I think this bully, he was like something, I can't remember. Oh yeah, I did show and tell. I saw the movie 2001, and I'd gone to school the next day, and I was trying to explain to the class that this amazing, that's really, yeah, anyway, I was talking about the film 2001, and the movie really astounded me. I mean, it was like 1970. I must have been 7 or 8. And anyway, something about what I said pissed off this tough kid in the class. So during recess, you know, he didn't like what I said, and he thought that the movie was gay or something like that, or it was sissy shit or something like that. But I knew when I saw the movie the first time that at the end of the film, he was reborn. And when I was growing up, I'd hear adults talking about 2001, and I said, hey, it's easy. He was reborn at the end. Yeah. You know, I've always thought, like, off the cuff, is there any way that we could get defense items to the citizens of Australia, somehow send them, you know, some way to defend their lives? But it's past that. It goes like this, and it gets to a point where it's not going to be under control. Things are going to fly apart. So there are people I know in the Australian military. They're certainly not going to harm Australian people. They're not going to do that. And that's the same thing for the United States. One of the important factors for us is the people within that infrastructure. But I think that they're getting weeded out. So, I don't know. Compared to the way Americans are extraordinarily. They're really like. They have it very easy, and the shortages I know are starting to really piss people off. I heard somebody here was talking about this guy went off at this gas station because they didn't have something they always had. I don't know what it was, but he was having a whole, a hissy fit, over there was no Coca-Cola or something, and he was just totally pissed off, and he couldn't accept the fact that there was no damn Coke. It's like, hey man, just go to another place. Just go. What the hell? It's, I mean, all this freedom is like, it's just so easy for people to just, behave like a child and do that. I mean, I'm not trying to insult people, but I mean, I screw up and I do have tantrums. I have had tantrums, but, I've been trying to make a concerted effort to not be that way. And it takes a lot of thinking. I think, Petsy, cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger. That's a Saturday Night Live sketch from the first season when that Greek diner, it was John Belushi and Bill Murray, and it was 7:00 in the morning, and they're serving cheeseburgers, cheeseburger, 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 and the guys never mind. This guy didn't want a cheeseburger. Anyway, I'm old. What was I talking about? Thinking before I speak, and it's really hard. And I've caught myself so many times lately just going, hey, wait a minute. Don't say anything. Just don't say anything. And I've been doing that lately, not saying anything. And I feel better. Oh, yeah. Wisconsin, since 2010, they were training Russian military in Wisconsin. The UN has been in Utah since 2019. I mean, they have a public face office there. Like, I'm talking about out in the open, the United Nations are here. Oh, isn't that great? Oh, hey, yeah, that's terrific. Oh, boy, I bet you those people are real happy. But the ones that know have probably left. They moved elsewhere. And it's sad because they're taking control of the system we're using right now. They shut down websites, private, that are, suppose I, had a website and I posted stuff and whatever. They, if I said something about buildings falling into their footprint with explosives and, using Raytheon's JPAL remote control guidance systems to get those planes into the building so easily. It's just, it's too bad. You got to go to the black room, and we're going to have to give you all 3 shots. And then, I think that there are some people that are saying I can't substantiate it, but some people are different people than they were a year ago. There's some people are getting divorces, and they're like their spouse also got this thing, but their spouse is not the same person they were a year ago. They've changed their likes and interests, and it's like people are like, changing. Now, I'm just saying, they had a jab that they used in Iraq. It was called the Fund Vax, and you can find the video right here. I think it's still up. I don't know. Basically, it was to keep people from being Muslim. I kid you not. You can watch the presentation. The guy's got a overhead projector, and it's from 2004, I think. And they can mold people just with the suggestions, the advertising, the constant bombardment on our phones, and we pay for our own surveillance. Hi, how you doing there, guys? And 7 people look at everything before you get your email. Again, there's so many people there's a fewer of them now on this site than there were 5 years ago. I'm glad that Ice Age Farmer still posts stuff, but I mean, I've watched Monty since I guess 2008. Sometimes I watch him still, but I get saturated, so I back off. Because I really, I mean, if you threw a banana at me, I would probably be able to tell you something related to that because of the amount of searching and reading and verifying. Like in March of 2020, I went to the before they shut it, I went to the Cocoa Beach Library, and I went to their medical journals. Gladly. Yeah, me too. This is the volcano I'll die on. So I looked up the Johns Hopkins or something. I can't remember. I think it was Harvard or these medical journals, and I was looking up references not on the internet, but in a book. I mean, a book that was published in 1972. And I looked up coronavirus, and that was the first. But that's not the same thing now, because apparently, I mean, I did get sick like in April. I did have like this little cold, but I didn't feel like I couldn't do anything. The restaurant closed in August for 2 weeks, and I didn't start work again. They let me go, and then I got unemployment, and I kept looking for work, and I've been working now for 2 months solid, like 60 a week, and it's like I'm losing my head. So I just trailed. I just changed the subject right in the mid-sentence. So, where is everybody? We got somebody. Rob is in Australia. Yeah, they're really sick. Also, you know, I found out there's an interview in on Dutch television. Rob, Dutch television. There was an interview. I don't know if you can find it, and I know that Wolfgang has mentioned this, and it hasn't been put in any interviews. But Eddie Van Halen could have lived if he had been able to get his treatment. Just want to say that. So they're willing to just. I mean, there's a lot of people that have really paid. I mean, really harshly so. I really think that just thinking about them and then that they're not with us anymore, that makes it that much more important. So I don't want to get melodramatic. I just want to just say that, you know, whether it's getting shot by some authority figure because you weren't wearing a mask, or getting tased, or you know, somehow you mysteriously commit suicide while you're locked up. You know, there's all this stuff. So whatever happens, you know, I mean, make it count. I mean, all I do is just breathe through my nose. Yeah, Northern Ontario, Canada. I love Cocoa Beach, man. I'm so lucky. God, it's so miraculous that I moved here in 2019. I think it was just like, because I wouldn't be alive now. If I was in Washington, D.C., there's no way I would still be alive. Or if I was alive, I wouldn't be talking here. You know, I wouldn't be free to speak, free, you know, at least talk, say my mind. Anything else? I don't know. I'd like to go to Australia, but that's off the, you know, I don't know, not unless tomorrow they say, ladies and gentlemen, we found out that natural human immunity is strong enough to fight this little cold. Wash your hands if you need to, if you feel the compulsion to. You know, if you don't feel well, don't go out, don't go to work, you know, you can spread something, you know, but they just said, we're sorry, when, you know, it was kind of like, you know, we lied. We're sorry. And that's not going to happen, so. But I really feel bad for Australia. I really do. I always wanted to go to Silverton, Broken Hill. There's a Mad Max 2 museum there. And I want to go to the Monday Lookout, where the opening chase scene of Mad Max 2 ends when he stops and tries to sop up gas from the crashed car that was chasing him. Extraordinary That film is just one of the most amazing motherfucking movies that I've ever seen in my life, and it will always be, because it's a hard scrap. It was filmed with no trickery. It was all, and it's just really well. It's just a real simple, brutal movie, and it's just so great. And I endorse it. If you've never seen it, you probably wouldn't like it if you haven't seen it yet. But I think that Mad Max 2 is one of the greatest movies ever made. Um, you know, I have different like enjoys, interests, but I've always wanted to go there. Um, and I found some cool pictures of people that took it the Monday look at it. If you go to Google Maps and you type it in Google and go look at people's pictures there, it's pretty cool. I don't know. What are we going to do? I guess more of what we're doing now, but also, like others say, don't comply. Don't acquiesce. I got on the bus a few months back, and I don't know if I said this, but I wouldn't. I said I have a medical exemption. He said, "Well, show me that." I don't need proof. It's against the law for you to ask me. It's under HIPAA. Wow, that's awesome, Rob. I think you said that before. I think I talked about that with you before. But I said, "Thank you for your good nature," I said to him, and I walked to the back of the bus and rode. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Not enough people though are enlightened yet. I think there's a lot of people that are still grasping at the shreds of hogwash that they worship, and that's stubborn. There'd be a lot of people are stubborn, and they say, "But it can't be a lie. They can't lie to us." And yeah, so it's like you gotta get sick, get nauseous from the feeling of being betrayed, and then come out on the other side healthy, wise, strong, and alert and armed. Anyway, I hope you guys are. I know you are, hopefully doing great. No guitar tonight. I'm just going to go right to sleep because I have to wake up tomorrow and clean up people's leftovers. Food matter. Use hot water, soap, sanitizer, degreaser. I always clean all the food off all the pans and pots and glasses before it goes in the machine. Other people that try to speed me up, you know what they do? They just shove the shit right in the machine. And guess what happens? It doesn't get clean. And then they have to scrub it like they should have done before they put it in. Sorry. I'd rather talk about guitars, but I'm too tired. So, anybody want to say anything or get anything off their chest or say, I don't know, whatever. Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. Jaws, one of my favorite movies. Yeah. And when I live stream again, would hope that you will show up. Who's here? Let's see. Alien believers. Yeah. Yeah, there's no free speech. Yeah. Hey, you guys, I appreciate you coming. And I don't want any misfortune. May the good news. I want only good or fairly neutral. But the worst neutral. Nothing negative to come your way. And be strong and be happy and enjoy the sunrise in the morning if you're awake. All right. Goodbye for now.